It's that worthless N-worder again. That worthless piece of shit. One more time. I'm coming back to waste some more of my time and say some shit that will get me killed, right? And so, dead man talking. And why I say this is because they already have tried, right? And they did not succeed the first attempt, so I'm certain, without a doubt, that the next time they try, like, these people aren't just going to give up. They don't give up, right? So, in other words, my days are already numbered, right? And so there's no way that I can get around that, right? There's no indication that they are going to let me slide, right? There's no indication that they have any respect for me. So, in other words, I'm fucked, right? And so if I was aware that, if they said something like, hey, dude, if you shut your fucking mouth and get the fuck out of the country, then we will leave you alone. And I'll be like, hey, can you help me get out of this motherfucker? I'm gone. I'll never fucking speak about this shit ever again. But that's not ever going to happen because they don't give a fuck, right? This is just fucking fun for them, maybe, right? It's just a game to them. They don't give a fuck, right? And this is what kind of got me thinking. So I had already posted that it's the sovereign citizens. This is the realm of the sovereign citizens, right? This is where all the N-worders are, the slaves of the United Slaves of America, right? And I am down in this shit hole, like this big mud fucking hole right here, right? Digging my own fucking grave right there, right? With one foot already in the fucking thing, just waiting for one of these sovereign citizens to show up to fucking take another whack, bap, right? And this is the realm of the sovereign. The ones who own everybody else and own and control the whole fucking enchilada, huh? This is the big kahuna, right? And this made me think of this fact, right? So I reached out via email and reached out and asked if perjury is legal. If perjury is legal for their sovereign citizens and for all of their everyone in the state, not just their judges, but for everybody in their state, all of their sovereign citizens, right? This is the American Bars Association, so this would be the center of the whole fucking operation, right? And this is this is how much of a worthless piece of slave you are. And so this is just a shout out to all of the people who do not live in the United Slaves, who are not part of that system across the world. Just a little shout out that you might want to fucking reevaluate ever putting yourself into this, because this is, and nobody even knows this shit, right? Nobody, I've never even knew it for, decades. I've never knew this shit was the case. And what I come to find out is everything operates purely 100% on assumption and presumption. So everywhere that I've been, everyone that I know are completely fucking a bunch of blind, fucking retarded, half fucking stupid monkeys in the realm of what is truly going on behind their backs and underneath the surface. Right? And thanks to Montgomery County Sheriff's Office and in all of the county of Montgomery, right? Thanks to them, they, with full force, right? And with fucking zero prejudice, right? Taught me my lesson. They set out to teach me a lesson, right? And they did teach me a lesson 100 fucking percent, right? I don't know if that's exactly, well, that's yeah, I don't know if that's the lesson they were out to try to achieve, but that is But I'm a quick learner, and not only am I a quick learner, but I'm a fairly deep learner. Like I can kind of the mechanisms, the mechanics behind things, right? And on top of that, I'm a Taurus, right? So you might be like, oh, the horoscope and all. Yeah, well, I didn't even know this myself, okay, until just recently. So everything that I am doing currently, as of today, as of right now, I am in full fucking investigative mode and discovery mode, and I am discovering what a fucking worthless piece of shit not only I am and have been all of my life, but literally how everyone else has actually viewed me, right? And everyone that I know, right? So everyone that I've known in America, everyone that I've known, all family, all fucking worthless, right? They are all fucking literally worthless, literally, right? And when I say that, I'm talking in through the eyes of the owner, fucking the slave masters, right? And so, so the American Bars Association, how fucking hard would it be to find an answer to a question as simple as, is perjury illegal? I already know it's fucking illegal, right? However, right, just because I think it is, or whatever, and here's another thing. If this would be the people, like the government is for the people, by the people, all of that old school bullshit, it's all a fucking hoax. It's all it's an advertisement, right? It's a corporate fucking slogans and advertisements that it's the same as I'm loving McDonald's saying I'm loving it, right? I'm loving it, just all this open, it's fucking bullshit. So how hard would it be to get a simple fucking answer? And I can't get a single entity that is within these legal societies, because this is all it is a bunch of legal societies. The Bars Association is a British accredited register, Regency, British accredited. I've heard the R placed with a couple different, but it doesn't even matter, because Regis is literally the king, right? And the courts are nothing more than banking administrators, right? Because the banks own everything, because the Federal Reserve, right, prints all the money, right? They own all the money, and your president, no matter who the fuck you elect, will never ever get to fucking look at anything that they're doing, right? And so if you know anything about the money system, or the fiat currency system, that they're always talking about the debt ceiling. That's impossible to fucking. There is no such thing as a debt ceiling if every aspect of your currency is based 100% on purely nothing but fucking debt. Then you cannot have a ceiling to stop it. Right? And this is the kind of shit that I like. I'm in the learning process, and I go, and I'm fucking retarded. I'm a fucking idiot, and I am so glad, right? So fucking thankful that, well, I would never have a child in your United States, right? Because one aspect of that is that you are nothing more than, they call you a parent, for a reason, because the state owns your fucking children. And you are the two people who rent your fucking child for the state. And once that child turns 18, then, if it's a boy, then it has to register itself with the fucking state, right? So it has that opportunity right there at 18 years old, right, to get out from underneath the state. And as soon as you do, you have to fucking go in and register yourself for the draft, which you put yourself right back into the fucking system, right? And they got everything fucking wired, dude, right? And so, you know, and you probably, yeah, it's so, anyways. Perjury, and thanks for contacting, and this is another, this, all the fucking time, right? It's so fucking sick. You know, like, I would love to live in a country, right? In a country, right? So everybody, like, shits on China and Russia about how that is, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know. You know, like, I would much rather have them go and just basically, this would be so cool, right? Just big letters. Go fuck yourself, you fucking N-worder slave piece of shit. That would be, I would be like, now you're talking, okay? You know, they just pull off the gloves, fucking take off all the fucking mask and all the bullshit, and just, let's get real, down to brass tacks, right? Now I'm like, yeah, I might hate your guts and shit, but I fucking love you. I love you, right? And I have mad respect for you, right? So anyways, the ABA does not answer legal questions. That is not a legal fucking question. Right? We do not provide legal advice. I'm not asking you for advice, fuckhead, right? I'm not asking you for advice. How is that advice? Advice would be like, what should I do? How should I handle this, right? Not, is perjury fucking legal? Can these people, and you would think that if I was king of this fucking place, here's how it would work. Perjury, here's how it would work. You'd be able to go to a website, right? And it would have, 1, perjury, completely illegal. Click, are you, right? Click on the perjury thing. And it would say, you know, have you been a victim of perjury? Fucking fill this out, right? Or better yet, don't fill this out here. Fucking pull this off. Put your own fucking name on it. Copyright. Put your copyright down on the bottom and shit like that. Because this is your document, right? This is your document, and they, in every way they have it so you're filling out their documents. They're taking all of your fucking time and energy, right? All in every fucking direction for themselves. And then they just, oh, well, thank you for that. It's going to be up to 4 to 6 weeks before you might get a reply. And yeah, and then they don't even have the goddamn fucking common decency and courtesy to go and say at the very end, so go fuck yourself. Have a nice day, you stupid fucking monkey, right? It's fucking pathetic. Right? So anyways, the ABA does not answer legal questions, provide legal advice to individuals, or provide attorney refer. Our lawyer members are not ranked, and we do not share. So what the fuck? So in other words, yeah, this is all, go fuck yourself. May, right? And that's another, good luck, have fun chasing fucking blue dragons and purple fucking unicorns, douchebag. And hey, and all of this shit that they were doing, this shit has been, when was this? Back in December 2020, December the 7th, 2020, right? And all this shit at first, when I first started digging into it, in about like 2016, all of this shit was something in which I was like jumping around, like, okay, I'll do this and I'll do that, and I come to find out, literally, right, years later, I still don't have any I have not a single shred of any fucking thing for all of my hard work and time and energy, all my days and fucking years that I have put in to just the basic essential fundamentals of trying to unfuck myself, and I would have never even known, right? I never even knew that it was that fucking pathetic and disgusting, right? And I found that, and nobody could. Here's another aspect, is that no matter where I go, and this is what they know, right? They know this. That no matter where I go, no matter who I'm talking to, I will never ever be a credible source of nobody will ever believe me, right? And think that I'm just fucking I'm just making shit up, or I'm over exaggerating and stuff like that. And everybody will keep fucking repeating the same thing. You need to find a good lawyer. Oh yeah, that would be nice. Do you happen to know one? And nobody fucking knows one. Not even the fucking Bars Associates. Not even the American Bar Association. And then what's weird too, this is another aspect that's weird. The American Bar Association is located in Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. is the land of the free and the home of the brave. Washington, D.C. is United States. Right? That's United States. So American Bars Association should not actually be located in Washington, D.C. The United States Bars Association should be located there. And everything is flip-floppy. Right? And so I've come to discover that. Right? That everything is backwards. And everything that they use are double entendres. Right? So for your average fucking monkey who's been indoctrinated in their system, when they read it the way in which they've been taught to read it. You've been taught to understand it in this light. And but the facts are that they're never lying. They're always telling a fact. However, it's up to you to be able to decipher it. So in other words, they are never, because of your consent, because of the consent, they are never picking up any fucking karmic debt, right? So, right? So it's a big difference if you're stealing somebody's shit, right? At gunpoint, right? You fucking put a gun to somebody's head and you threaten to kill them and you fucking steal their shit, right? And they're opposed to it, but they're like, yeah, the only way, it's huge different than what they do, and they steal everybody's shit via the pen, right? The pen is mightier than the sword, right? However, if it takes an individual with a high IQ, but even better, even more important than an IQ, it takes it's a perception type of thing. So you don't even have to really have like a very high IQ. You just have to be able to perceive in the proper manner, right? And basically you have to wash away all of the bullshit that they've already pre-installed. And that takes a long time, actually, because it's taken me a few years, right? And the only way that I could have ever done it, there's no fucking way I could have ever done this, but I had to put my boots on, right? I had to put my fucking boots on and dig down and get down into the trenches, like, and into the scary shit, right? And get my head split, and then I backed off a little bit from that point, right? And then I had to fucking get with myself and start soul searching again, right? Dig deeper. And fucking, what am I going to be? How am I going to handle this, right? And now I'm, so this is the angle in which I'm going now, right? I'm pursuing this route. And my fucking, and the whole point of this is, as I think I already said, I'm a talking dead man. Talking dead man. Right? My days are already numbered. All they're doing is just waiting for their fucking opportunity. Right? And when they do it, I'm sure they have a grand plan, probably. I mean, that's probably what I would do. And when they do it, they're going to make sure that this fucking happens this time, right? And I don't see any, So in other words, all that I can fucking do is, right, is just put this out there in the fucking, in the wild, right? And, all I got is, nothing, basically. So when they take me out, all there will be is nothing, right? I mean, however, they might be, there's a guy that I ran across, and I was listening to him talking, and he says that he got into Satanism, right? And he started off with a band, which led him, and he was big. He was a Roman Catholic at birth, and right, baptized Roman Catholic. He come from a strong Italian family, and he fucking opposed all that shit, and so he became a Satanist, and then he got in with them, and because they saw a lot of potential in him, right? He started moving up in the ranks, right? And then he got to the point where he started to see like even it was getting so like twisted for even him, right? And there's where I think I would be, right? Like, you know, some people have too much of a heart, right? And I actually really had, so I'm not opposed to it to a certain degrees, but then, whoever, yeah, like if somebody said, hey, dude, one of your, if you want to prove yourself, you're going to have to go in and shoot up a school, right? And fucking murder all these kids, right? Yeah, no thanks. Not ever fucking happening, right? Yeah, and then they say, well, if you do that, you'll be a millionaire and you'll have fucking everything you ever wanted. Yeah, no, I can't. Yeah, I'm not that fucking thirsty for that kind of power and shit. I'm thirsty for power. Don't get me wrong. I'm thirsty for some control, but overall in in the gray area-ish with more of the light. So I'm just searching for my own light, basically. And anyways, yeah, so they don't answer any legal questions. So then my next question would be, then what the fuck good are you people, really? Right? They're no good for anything. Right? So this is what they should be there for. Shouldn't it? Should there not be? Here's another aspect. If you're paying taxes, right? If they own you, right? So at birth, you sign. Your mother signs you over to a certificate. A certificate is a proof of ownership, right? So if you have a vehicle, do you have any proof of ownership? Yeah, here's my it's a certificate, right, of ownership. And you call it a couple different things. It doesn't fucking matter. It's a certificate, right? And with farmers back in the day, as soon as they would have like they bred a cow or something, they would render a certificate to it, right? So when it went off to the market and got sold, it was identifiable and shit like that. And so now you pay taxes, right? And what do we get out of all this shit? Right? You pay multiple different taxes. Every fucking thing that you do, you're buying a license for. If you want to work, you need a license for that. If you want to be able to fucking drive your car to work, you need a license for that. You need insurance. You need 1,000 fucking hoops to jump through. Do you think that these motherfuckers could possibly there could be an association of people who know the fucking law? And here's why there isn't. Because they're not operating in law. They're operating at law. Right? They're not. They say that they're swimming, right? This is the goddamn. This shit I always fucking take so long trying to explain this shit. But they're like the American, all the bars associates. I visualize them as like prissy, rich fucking women, girls, but not women. Girls, like a 16-year-old prissy fucking valley girl bitch, right? Like, oh my god, do I gotta do that? Right? And she's on the phone, right? And she's like, yeah, I'm out swimming. I hate having to come here swimming. But the facts are, she never actually fucking even put her toe in the water. She never actually went swimming. She's sitting on the fucking sidelines, bitching on the phone about how bad she has it because she has to sit there. She has to go swimming with all of these fucking monkeys who are actually in the side of the pool. So anyways, so then they give, and I wouldn't doubt if every one of these things are triggered with Like you go and you click on these things, and now you installed. So I would never fucking yeah. You do not click on these, especially if they're PDF files and shit like that. All right, so let's proceed. Okay, so that was this is the sovereign citizen area. This is the shitbag area down where I am. I'm down in this, almost in the fucking 6 foot under there, right? And where did that go? I had this fucking. Oh, here's what I wanted. And see that? That's a trapezoid. And the same guy that was saying that he was in with a Satanist. Okay? He said that their favorite that they loved the trapezoid, right? And this is before I even got involved in this, before my problems came to me and I started to look into this shit, right? So I had already been pre-informed, but I had no knowledge of what the guy exactly was saying, other than he mentioned this, right? And he's like, just like the pyramid, the trapezoid, and the trapezoid, all angles equal 360 degrees, so it is a circle, right? And they sit on top of that trapezoid. And then I'm looking at the American, and I'm like, holy fuck, look at that, that's a trapezoid, okay? And then I read this, and because I'm reading this in a double entendre type of scenario, it says defending liberty, pursuing just us. Right? So now this just us is a little key, is a play on words. I should not be pronouncing it. It should be justice, right? If you're gonna, like, if you were Latin, right? Justice. Who's justice? That okay. How about just ice? Just ice? But justice. Just us. Just us. So if you separate that just, put a space, US, just us, is what the fuck is being played here. So now if you read this and we are we're standing in the name of liberty and defense of liberty, and we are pursuing justice, right? And we are working to find right, and I hate the word justice, righteousness, rightfulness, right? However, if you read this in a double entendre, we are defending against liberty. We're defending against liberty, and we are pursuing just us, just me and my boys. We're pursuing just us, right? And that goes in with, there's another fucking double entendre. Oh, and that would be, get behind me, Satan. Okay? And it turns out that that St. Peter, Jesus and St. Peter was talking to St. Peter. Where Peter, so Jesus is addressing Peter. And he says, get behind me, Satan. Which that could be either get out of my way, or get behind me and help push me forward. It's a double entendre, right? And then if you look at the cross of Peter, everybody the minute you see, it's an upside down inverted cross, which stands for Satanism, right? In opposition of the inverted cross, or the correct, in opposition of the correct fucking crucifix. And then that's another thing, the crucifix. The Roman Catholics, the only ones that I know that fucking have the actual Jesus on it. There's thousands of different crosses. I don't know how many, but crosses all over the place. But there's only one crucifix. Okay? And that crucifix always has the crucified, Jesus, which is literally a symbol of what? Murder, right? So if you're hanging it, you're like, yeah, look, murder. Every time I see it, all I see is a representation of murder, which that's odd. Okay. So, cross of St. Peter, get behind me, Satan. Get behind me and help push me forward, or get the fuck out of my way. That's open to interpretation, and so is this cross is open to interpretation. So one person might think it was one way, and the other person thinks it's another way. Who's right? Both are fucking right, right? So there is no wrong, technically. Right? And so I find this weird because right around the time I started to learn or started to perceive this in the correct manner, I reached out to the district attorney. This guy, Brett Lagan. Right? And I wrote it. And I have the documentation where I wrote to him. And this says, what does it? Let justice be done. This is Latin. And the original that they had, and I went online and I tried to pull up the original so I could put it here, and then I found this, right? And this says Brett Lagan, the district attorney. So this is a new one, because I've never seen this one before, and we're talking like back in 2020 when I got my head split. So right before I got my head split, I fucking put Lagan on notice, right, of some of the things that I see. And so it was the original, and I have the original somewhere, right? Because like in an email or something, and I hadn't dug up these emails and shit. But it says, let justice be done even though the heavens shall fall. And so there again, let justice be done, meaning let justice be finished, is what I wrote to him. I was like, oh, I see what you guys are doing. And the only reason I wrote it to him was because they're always fucking projecting or perpetrating that they're down for justice, but then every aspect of what I'm trying to do, they ignored me and threw it to the side, and they fucking, they were just fucking going at me in every direction, shitting all over me, and fucking with my life, right? And that is not even close to being anything that is of justice, but it is 100% everything that is within just us. Just us. And so I brought that out to his attention. And then shortly thereafter, I had my fucking head split by the guy, the neighbor across the street. And after it happened, it was like, why did you do it? And he's like, I don't know. Blah, 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 blah. But there was a car that came down at like midnight down an empty cul-de-sac in which no traffic ever fucking comes, and only fucking 2 minutes after it happened, coincidentally, a car comes flying, a SUV comes flying down to pick up a fucking unconscious body, because I was supposed to go down, and then they were gonna fucking feed me to the sharks, I'm assuming, or I don't know what they had fucking planned, but they were fucking gonna kill me, definitely, right? So so now I just today I go and I pull this up, and I wanted to go and show the original, that seal, and I find this one. So now they've taken that away for possibly for some sort of game, because their game is up, kind of thing. And here's another aspect of this. So when I walk into their court, on one wall there is this Texas flag, and it's inside of a case, right? It's enclosed, basically, right? On the other side of the wall, there is the United States flag, exactly like this, encased in glass as if it was art, right? However, in the back, they have the Texas and the United States corporate flag, and they have the gold, right? And they're flying in the background. However, they have the ones without the gold. All of the ones that you see flying outside of the courtroom, since the courtroom is a admiralty court, right? And you just walked onto what they perceive is a ship, which is within its own jurisdiction. It is what is it? It's in dry dock. It's a fucking foreign vessel, foreign to America, because it's United States Corporation. So it's a foreign vessel in dry dock is what the fuck they call it, right? And so I'm just learning this shit. And again, I really did not want this at all, or maybe I did. I don't know. Maybe it's a curse, or maybe it's a blessing. And all curses do have a blessing. All blessings have a curse. Everything everything has a polar opposite. And I don't know exactly. All I know is that I don't know. Looking back, I would be like, damn, all I should have done was just fucking walked up and paid, just like I've done in the past, paid. But then there's an aspect where I'm like, but then I would never know this shit. But then I think to myself, but what good is knowing this shit when right? It's not going to serve me any. It's not serving me any purpose other than fucking shitting on my life. But then it's like, wait a minute, there's another aspect. When you come to earth, it's all about your trials and tribulations. You're trying to build your character, right? You're trying to build your soul, right? So the more suffering, so to speak, the more stronger you actually become, right? Spiritually, the more stronger you become, right? And so what I believe is going on is that technically, in reality, there is the reincarnation aspect is that they like the powers that be, which are Saturnian, the Roman Catholics, which are nothing more than just Romans, right? The Roman Empire is still alive and well, and they're using exactly the same tact that they used back with the emperors, right? And so what you do is you fucking have these people constantly recycling, these souls constantly recycle, right? Back over and over again, right? And actually that gets into organic fucking portals, which that's a whole nother fucking rabbit hole type of thing that I'm getting into. Anyways, so so it's a fact. Fucking, you walk in and you got the fucking flags that you would be flying out on the soil, right? And but it's all a matter of perception. I never ever in a million years would have ever fucking put this together unless I fucking got fucking my ass beat and thrown down, but that was just the start. Unless I fucking stood up and I'm getting fucking sick and tired of this fucking treated like a goddamn fucking N-worder. Okay? I'm a fucking million times better than that shit, and I'm a million times better than these fucking people. And I'm getting fucking sick and tired of being treated like I am this fucking guy's bitch, right? This fucking guy right there, this fucking guy right? If all fucking hell broke loose and it was just me and him, that, you know, now we can fucking handle our business, just him and I. We can go out into the fucking woods, and then may the two men enter, one man leave, and then I'll be his fucking bitch, right? But not just because he's he's a sovereign citizen with the fucking that been granted, and he can go and pick up a fucking phone, right? And he can be like, yeah, you know that guy, yeah, make sure you dust his fucking ass out, right? And they're like. And then he's got all these fucking little monkeys like, yes, sir, yes, sir, yeah, no problem. We got a hold of that guy. Yeah, we're going to get him. And then all these people, right? So, Anton LaVey, right? These people, they don't know what the fuck they're doing, really, right? They probably, maybe they are Satanist, and I don't really give a fuck, right? Because this is not directed to individuals, right? This is not directed to, I don't, these four girls could be some of the fucking sweetest, fucking nicest, fucking coolest fucking women on the fucking planet. I don't know them. This is all about the fucking energy that I have to fucking deal with and that I'm trying to push out of my fucking way so I can proceed and move forward in life, right? So while I'm down here again, right, all of these sovereign citizens, right, on this 12 steps, right, so there's 13 total, and if I'm starting down at step 1, then there's 12 steps, which is weird, the 12-step program, right? And now I have to climb the fuck over all of these fucking sovereign citizens to get the fuck up here, right? And they're gonna fucking shit on me and fucking kick me down in every fucking turn. And what I was going to say about Anton LaVey is I seen him on, I think it was Sally Jesse Raphael, and she had an interview with him, and she asked him, so how do you curse somebody with Satanism? And he put the fucking the bullhorns up. Now, if you pay attention to these bullhorns, right, you'll see a lot of people do that. I've done it too. But when I do the bullhorns, I do it backwards, right? So I do it backwards. Unconsciously, I just naturally do it backwards. However, now I know by Anton LaVey, who is the king of the Church of Satan, the creator, the one who fucking should know that when you do it that way, you're actually putting up you're throwing a curse on people. Which then goes with, I seen this guy, right? Admiral McRaven, okay? A raven is a blackbird, which is like a crow, and crows are fucking, I love crows. They're fucking extremely intelligent, and the occult always, you know, the crows are inside of the occult, right? And Admiral McRaven, which is that really your real fucking name for real? In the military Satanism is all about might is right, right? Might is right, right? So I got the guns, I got all the power. You are all my fucking N-worders, right? That's it. And only and if you want to be like that fucking moron Jesus, right? Trying to go against the grain like this other fucking this N-worder that's talking to you right now, dead man talking, right? Well, you are going to we're gonna murder your fucking stupid ass, and we're gonna fucking put your fucking ass up on a fucking cross for everybody to see, okay? Just like on gangs in New York, when he said, you know, if anybody wants to rise up against me, I fucking cut off their fucking head and I stick it up on a fucking stick, right? And you know, to let everybody fucking know that that's how we do business, motherfucker. Okay? So, anyways, this is this is pretty good, because this is so it's so real, right? So what happens is, if you watch this, he goes and he says, this is a motivational speech, right? And for anybody with perception, like I have perception, I'll break it down real fucking quick. He talks about, nobody fucking thinks about the importance of making your bed, right? And so now he goes into how long is this? 16 minutes of making your bed and how important that is. When you get up in the morning, you should make your bed, and now you feel like you accomplished something. And I'm like, okay, sounds exactly like my dad, who was a Marine, right? And my dad operated he dealt with me literally like a cold, you know, like a Marine, like a fucking, you know, like I think I remember like 2 times in my life him giving me a quick hug, right? And you know, no big deal. I can't remember, you know, as a kid, him ever really saying anything. So that's how he was, right? And he didn't have a dad either and shit like that. It's a big deal. But the fucking point is that, yeah, he was way more, you make your bed and shit like that. And so now I'm listening to my dad with this Admiral McRaven, and the point and the moral of the fucking story that I know now from years of trying to actually do something, that what he's telling these people, what he's telling these dumb little fuckers, his fucking monkeys, right? He's telling them to make your bed, because that's the only fucking thing that you're going to accomplish. That's what the point of that shit is. Make your bed. It's very important that you make your bed, because that you've accomplished something with yourself that day. And that's about the only fucking thing that you are going to accomplish by yourself, for yourself, period, is the fucking point of my little fucking 16-minute speech. And then he ends it with throwing up the fucking, the curse symbol, right? In which, LaVey is the one that fucking, that said that. Not Timothy. Did I say Timothy LaVey? That's not the right fucking guy. Who's Anton LaVey. That guy. The American Satanist. What's Sally Jesse? I think that was it. It's been a while since yeah. With Anton. Maybe it was that dude back in the day with the big fucking glasses. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so anyways. And in all of these, they have something on top of them. And, I wanted to say, I find this odd, that when they do this shit on the, on the affidavit of the complaint in which the somebody, district attorney, assistant district attorney, and everybody signed stating that what I did was a resisting arrest, and they want to give me a year in fucking jail for this, and it's all a lie, right? And nobody, open records, everybody fucking ignores everything because it's all a fucking lie, right? And when whoever signed the fucking thing, I don't have it in front of me, but whoever signed it, there's nothing on the bottom to tell me who exactly it is, and nobody will even tell me who the fuck it is. So I've contacted fucking the lawyers that were given to me. I've contacted fucking this guy, Ligon, right? I've contacted this guy. I've contacted all of them, right? And fucking asking who exactly signed this, because all it is big squiggly marks, right? And what it is it's a cursive writing. And there's a reason they call it cursive, because they're fucking putting a curse, and right? And there's no evidence of who the fuck it was. I don't know who it was, right? But somebody put a curse on me, and that curse, they want to fucking put me in jail for a fucking year with that curse, right? And all of these, this BD, I think BD Griffin is his name. And I wouldn't doubt it, they're fucking that guy big time. And then you go down through this, right? If I started off from the top, maybe not all the way up to the top, but so you can go down through this. If I just go and put Montgomery County, Texas District Attorney, and that's the district attorney rewarding that, right? Like giving him a plaque, right? And so it's a big boys club. Oh, look, he's getting a plaque like he's a little fucking kid, right? This is what you get. And look, he's even turning red. He's so fucking proud of himself, right? And all he's doing is fucking giving these district attorneys, he's making money for them all, right? Oh, look at this guy. Look at him. He's so fucking proud of himself. He's got 2 plaques. Look, he can hang that up on his wall and shit, right? And look, they're all in cahoots together, and everybody's so fucking smiley and proud of themselves. Oh, he's so proud of himself. Aww. And there, in the back right there, that is Vatican banking. That's a symbol of Vatican banking. I tried calling this guy, right? And whenever I called him, I'm the one with the fucking problem. And I called him, and I just tried to talk to him, and he's fucking top note. And I'm like, yo, dude, I'm asking you, I'm trying to straight, blah, 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 blah. Right? And then I go and I say, hey, so can you tell me, because what the question was County of Montgomery Incorporated. I see that you guys, he's like, we're not a corporation, we're a government. And I'm like, yeah, you're a governmental corporation. You're a corporation in charge, or that taken on a governmental type of position to control the fucking, right, to govern the people. You're a corporation, and you're like, oh, we're not a corporation, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, Jesus Christ, could you fucking chill your fucking ass out, dude? Pipe it down. You can't even talk to these fucking people, right? Oh, I've sent this guy to his fax. Keogh. So I don't know how you pronounce that exactly. Koch. And I sent faxes to all of these people. I've sent like up to fucking 70 or so faxes, right? And they all went through, And I'm asking them very simple questions. Who exactly was the district attorney that signed this, and who signed that, and what was this, and how is, because I'm trying to fucking defend myself, and they fucking, every one of them just black out, dude. Right? Just black out. Like, no, stonewalled. There's Mark J. Kyog. I don't know how to fucking pronounce it. Oh, look at that. That's a sharp motherfucker, isn't it? Look at how smooth he is. You can see it in his eyes. He's like, yo, I got it going on, bitches. Yeah, I'm going to make all you my bitches. I've sent one to that fucking... that's the same guy. Yeah. And so, yeah, they got their Texas flag with the Admiralty fringe around it. Oh, now you're getting another award there. That looks like it's 2. There's 1, and maybe that's just a cover for it. How much they probably fucking that guy hard, and I'm all for it if you're a piece of shit, right? But and then here's another aspect. You see this? I think that guy's rowdy. I think that guy's, and then there's one of the guys there. His middle name or his nickname is Rowdy. Let me get this straight. These people call him Rowdy, but if you get rowdy, they're gonna fucking throw you in jail. But he goes by the name of Rowdy, right? And you see that handshake? I would assume that's a Freemason handshake. And I wouldn't know exactly what it is, but I know that's not a normal fucking handshake, right? And and I'm pretty certain that guy's a sheriff. And yeah, that's why yeah, I always wanted to be a Freemason, but yeah, no, I stay the fuck away because I'm not good enough, man. I'm not in their fucking boys club. And this J.D. Lambright, I have a bunch of these where he declines all of my, before he died. So he died maybe, I don't know, I think he died of a heart attack if I remember correctly. But he declined all of my public records request. And here's another thing. This Montgomery County Police Reporter.com, you can go on there, and they're making fucking money. This is where they have every fucking... They go and they have all the pictures posted for every single person that went in there. And then they even have their number. Right? And so you can go on there and see this guy. For some reason, they don't have the number on that one. And for some reason, when they arrested me, they didn't even post my picture. When I went on there to... However, that I saw all the other guys and this guy, I'm pretty certain it's that guy, is the guy that fingerprinted me. So they're making profit off of this Montgomery County Police Reporter.com. And then this is Sheriff Rand Henderson. I've reached out to this guy fucking dozens and dozens of times to try to get help because I didn't know if he knew how his crew was operating. This is before and look at what they got. Professional, accountable. There's not a single fucking one of these people compassionate. This is entrusted. I I am more concerned with these people than I am with fucking actual criminals, right? Because they're all acting as if they're all in disguise. They're all doing criminal activity, but they're all in disguise. And compassionate, that's a fucking joke. And accountable, Jesus. And what a fucking joke. And they raised more than $17,000 for cancer. You know what that is? That's fucking worthless, right? That's worthless. There's somebody in a lab that just squashed that in fucking 3 hours worth of work. It's fucking pathetic. It's a fucking joke, dude. This whole fucking thing is so fucking retarded. You can, I think you can kind of tell the people that are literally getting fucked. It's in their eyes, right? They're like, what the fuck? This is some bullshit, right? It's not that I got caught. It's just more like, this is some fucking bullshit. That guy doesn't seem to, and that's weird because this guy he doesn't seem to be looking like, like that, that's some bullshit. And he's got his number there. They put his fucking number there. However, this guy is like, oh, I got fucked, right? And they don't have his number there. This guy doesn't look like he's getting fucked, right? They got his number there. This is a legitimate, right? He doesn't look like he's like, yeah, he doesn't look like he's getting fucked. Anyways, and then, and so now I see all of these, and all of these people have their actual names in their fucking, but I can't get anybody to give me who wrote or who did this shit. And on top of that, whenever they were releasing me, they wanted me to fucking sign a hold harmless agreement that whenever they release me, I can't come back and sue their ass. And I don't know if they do that with every single person. I don't think so. They fucked me, and they're fucking still fucking me. And the only way that they knew that they could get out of it was if they fucking had the guy across the street fucking murder me. Or no, he didn't technically murder me. He was supposed to knock me out. So then the other guy, which I believe is actually, I'm pretty certain it was the cop. It was a cop. Anyways, enough of these fucking guys, these people. Okay, so this was about Satanism, and I find it wild that these are Hebrew letters, Yod, Hey, I don't know that. I believe that's Vav, and that might be En Vav, or the final Vav, and that's Lamed. Okay? I've been learning my Hebrew letters, my Hebrew alphabet, but they're a little bit hard because some of the when they get these Zayin, I think it was, and Vav, they kind of look the same. So the point of this is that I respect this is that somebody will look at this as an inverted cross, when in fact, if you take it the correct side up and you rotate it 33 or maybe it was 32 degrees. I only discovered this whenever I was doing some graphic arts, and I just put a rotation on the fucking thing, and I can't remember if it was exactly 32 or is exactly 33. However, then I was like, oh, look at that. It's actually inverted. And then I'm like, wait a minute, the Freemasons have 32 degrees, right? And everything is all about degrees. And but then they say they have a 33rd degree and all this other shit, and I will never actually know. But I know that they have clearly established, without a doubt, 32. I can fucking and I love the goat, right? And if you the spirit is supposed to be up at the top. And then you have your elementals, right? You have your water, your fucking earth, water, fire, and air. And what they're doing is they're taking all four of the elementals and they're piling it on top of the spirit. And that is exactly what I'm getting. So I'm down here, my spirit is down here, and all of their power in the material world is fucking, holding me down, shitting all over me, fucking, right? Yeah. And then you get this fake, he never existed, but he represents something that exists, and that would be the spirit in every one of us, right? The light, this light spirit in every one of us, and but I have a major problem with him because he's the finder of fucking sheep, a shepherd of sheep, right? And those other people are goats. And now, what would you rather be, a goat or a sheep? I'm a goat myself, and look at this. This is how fucking badass goats are. These things are fucking climbing up a fucking vertical fucking wall. And Satanists use the goat as a representation of themselves. That is fucking... So yeah, would you rather be a sheep or a goat? I'm a fucking goat, okay? End of story, right? However, I'm also not, yeah. I'm not into fucking, to a certain degree, I guess. I don't know. But it's a complex issue. Right? And the satanic verses of the Jewish Talmud and Zionist. Now, I don't know how true any of this shit is. Right? I don't know how true it is. But it all kind of makes a little bit of sense. In the Talmud, is they saying classified in Jewish supremacy, hatred towards the goys, the Gentiles, and then I think, wait a minute, is that why they call us? You should be a gentleman. You should be a gentleman, and what it means by being a gentleman is you're going to be gentle and you're a Gentile, right? However, if you go back, right, into the Viking era, right? They were not Gentile men, right? They would fucking roll in and fucking, they were like savages, right? And that would be where a lot of the white bloodline, right, derives from. The blue-haired or the blue-eyed, blonde-haired would all derive from those. Those would be your ancestors, right? And blasphemies against Jesus Christ. Yeah, but how? I don't understand that. If Jesus only the tool, you see, this is where it is bullshit. The Talmud is one of the most ancient, the holiest books. It predates the Old, and it takes precedence over the Old Testament, and it predates Christ and Jesus. So how the fuck is there blasphemies when they never even, the Virgin Mary and Jesus and all Christians never even, I don't know. I'd have to study that, but that's one of my thoughts. So in other words, what I'm saying is I don't believe any of these fucking, yeah. I don't doubt for a minute that Jews are all about, the Zionists are about Jewish supremacy. No doubt about that. However, listening to any Christian talk about it is kind of fucking, it's kind of a joke, because if you're a Christian, then you're nothing more than a Jew's bitch. Okay? That's it. And you're like, how is that? Hey, because 80% of that Bible that you believe in is all Jewish. Only, so out of 1,000 fucking pages, there's only like 200 pages that have Jesus in it. 800 pages is all Jewish. So you're Jew. You are a Jew, but you're not accepted by the Jews. So you're a fucking has-been. You're a joke. You're a fucking joke is what the fuck you are. And you're a Jew's bitch. And you should be a Jew's bitch, right? Like, right? And here's what's crazy, too, is I can never be a Jew. I'll never be able to be a Jew. Never. Not in this lifetime, anyways. And I know that for a fact. I've called them up to be, cause, hey, if I'm going to get into this religious shit, well then I am going with the Supreme, right? The fathers of the Messianic faith. So, without the Jews, okay, there would be no Christians and there would be no Muslims. Muslims, however you want to pronounce it. That's a fucking fact. And I love this shit. Where a Jew should do evil. Moed Katan 17a. If a Jew is tempted to do evil, he should go to a city where he is not known and do the evil there. I don't know how true any of this shit is. I would have to investigate. But it's interesting. Penalties for disobeying rabbis. Whosoever disobeys the rabbi deserves death and will be punished by being boiled in hot excrement in hell. Hitting a Jew is the same as hitting God. If a heathen, a Gentile, hits a Jew, the Gentile must be killed. And yeah, I don't doubt that they don't. Yeah, I mean, this is ancient shit, and that's why they're in such fucking power, because they are following ancient. They're not trying to reinvent the fucking wheel, where Americans are. And here's here's a thing. This is actually the Hebrew symbol, and nobody, like, everybody I know, nobody knows this shit, and it's basic. Okay? So this is the Hebrew. This is the ancient Hebrew symbol, and this is a symbol of Zionism, right? And this is a as above, so below, okay? And it's also a hexagram. And if you put those all those points together, you will have a hexagram. You also have what looks like the beehive, right? And as above, so below. And triangles represent fucking manifestation. And there's all kinds of shit. And so this would be, and this is Yod Sin. I think Shin has a little period over top. Resh Aleph Lamed. So this is Israel. And here's another thing, is that when I hear anybody in the United States ever talking, they always say it as, and so do I, is as Israel. Israel. It's Israel. Israel. Where it is Israel. Israel is fucking way different than having all the goyim, all the gentlemen, the Gentiles, the fucking shit, right? The Christian cunts, right? Having all of them constantly repeat, since all lies become truth, whether or not it's even material. But here's what you would do, is if you say a lie and tell people a lie long enough and they keep repeating it, they will believe that it's true, right? And then therefore, eventually, they will bring that truth into fucking reality, into the material world, right? and they're fucking geniuses. Come on, man. They're I read where they're like their average, well, the Ashkenazi Jew, which is a specific sect, their average IQ is like 150, right? The average IQ of the fucking American is like 80. The average American, right? Shh. It's almost twice their fucking, they're geniuses. And in Israel, see, and these are all things that I'm discovering, and I'm at my age, and nobody I know fucking even knew this. Nobody had ever told me any of this shit, right? I always thought that this was as ancient as fucking ancient is itself, right? However, this is this symbol goes back to fucking Hinduism, right? The Hindus over in India have this symbol all over the fucking place. It's the same with the swastika, right? There's an ancient Hindu fucking Vedic symbol, right? And I'm wondering where in the fuck, because like I had I'm blown away with how fucking stupid my people. They're literally, and you know, they're good people. I love them and shit. But literally looking at this in all reality and truthfulness, fucking, I come from nothing but N-worders. Okay. If an N-worder is an uneducated, well, you can have all the fucking, they all graduated high school, right? So, so did I, right? But you could still be very uneducated and fucking stupid in the international sense, in a whole world sense, right? Fucking dumb as a fucking box of rocks, right? Dumb as a fucking dog turd, right? But, and then, and so, when was, so, Israel, the creation of Israel was in 1948, on May the 14th, 1948, proclaimed the establishment of the State of Israel. Harry S. Truman recognized the new nation on the same day. So, it's not very old at all, actually. And so there is where Israel, it is real, right? And it's not actually ancient. I come to find out that they been kicked out of, the Jews have been kicked out of fucking all through history. Over 100 fucking different countries they've been kicked out of, right? And from what is my understanding, that because they're fucking badasses, right? It's because when they show up to a place, they're like bees, right? And they know how to make some fucking honey, and they go straight for the fucking juggler and the finances and shit like that because they're fucking smart, and they're like a fucking little like a mafia, right? Like the Italian mob back in the day, right? And the Italian mob back in the day, the reason they were like that is because the Italians themselves, like Mussolini, was shitting all over fucking Sicily, right? Because the Italian mob, the Sicilians were fucking spawned by fucking the Moors, which are Africans, right? And so the Italians, the northern Italians, didn't want them anything to do with them. And they used to fucking shit on the Sicilians. Northern Italians would shit on Sicilians all fucking for hundreds of years. And Mussolini did the same thing as soon as he got into power. I didn't know any of this shit, right? And I find it very interesting, and that's why I just feel like fucking talking about it. And now that I'm talking about it and looking at it myself, and I'm in the middle of investigating, I might as well fucking throw it out there on fucking, with my fucking pathetic, worthless piece of shit voice, huh? Talking about fucking facts, right? So, and then 1948, and the war ended in 1945. So, right? So 1945, the war ends, World War II, and only a couple short years later, the state of Israel is established. And they take on the Zion, because that's a Zionist, that fucking star. That's not the Star of David. That's a fucking Zionist star. And then, you know, and I don't know who's fucking lying to, who's the liar to who exactly. I'm thinking that most of the, well, here's a fact. I could never blame any Jews for lying to me, because I've never had a Jew lie to me. I've never had, and I've never witnessed a Jew literally try to sell me anything, or I've never actually had any fucking communication with a Jewish entity. Right? So in other words, and I was I was an altar boy. I was forced to be an altar boy, right? I was forced to go to church. So in other words, it was my own parents that were fucking lying to me. It was the whole fucking community was lying to me about every fucking thing. They're shitheads. Huh? And but they were, I don't even know who. And this isn't even about blaming, because blaming is a waste of fucking time. It's about as worthless as fucking sympathy, right? This is only me just stating fucking facts, right? And then I find this also fucking amazing. Operation Paperclip, right? More than 1,600 Nazi German scientists and engineers and technicians were taken from the Nazi Germany to the U.S. for government employment between 1945 and 1959. Conducted by the Joint Intelligence Objectives Agency. So there are special agents of the U.S. Army's counterintelligence. The U.S. Army. Many of these personnel were former members, and some were former leaders of the Nazi Party. So, right? The Soviet Union relocated more than 22,000 German specialists. A total of more than 6,000 people, including family members, with Operation Osoaviakim. Osoaviakim. I don't know. Did they have a fucking pronunciation on this thing? I've never even heard that before. It's a predecessor to the, which was mistakenly first introduced by the West German radio station and adapted by Central Intelligence Group, a predecessor of CIA, as Operation Osavakim. Very interesting. Okay, now this aspect is talking about the flag and the law of the flag, right? Which is, the flag represents every fucking thing. And this goes back to ancient time. Every tribe had its own banner. That banner represented, right, what that fucking group, how they roll, what they believe, what they think. You know, are you under that banner or are you under this banner, right? And so I find it awfully ironic that that you have within the police, right, instead of them flying the United States, the authentic United States with the red, white, and blue colors, they have now formed their own little fucking group with a thin blue line, back the blue. Now wait a minute, you're segregating yourselves. You're not operating for the United, and then United States flag also has the Admiralty banner one with the fucking gold fringe around it. So that's a different one than the one that flies outside. You never see that one fucking flying outside. The gold fringe. You ever in your life see the gold fringe flying outside? No. Why? Because that is an Admiralty flag inside of their own little ships. And now you have these fucking people. And and I started seeing only a few years back, I started to see like groups of men. Where the fuck was I? I was out and about, and it was like a big, it was almost like a flea market-ish kind of thing, where all these people are hanging out and everything. And there was guys there that looked military, right? They looked like they were military, and I started seeing this without the blue. And I was like, what's that all about? I thought it was like this little military clique. Okay? And then I started seeing the one with the blue. Okay? And I didn't know that they had that shit going on over in Britain. But it makes sense because the British own all of these fucking things, right? Because the British are the fucking kingpins of pimping all of us hoes. Okay? So, where was this one? So you got this, and this was weird because then this is the Church of Satan. Actually, it's the Satanic Temple, and you can look, and I saw a video of them, and I saw these flags, which are the same as all of those other ones, except for, and I was like, wow, okay, so these are just black and white, and that's polarized, right? It's without color, right? So all of that, those colors represented certain aspects of society, right? And these ones are just black and fucking white, right? You got the good and the bad or whatever. It's polarized. It's without any kind of heart color, valor, loyalty, all that kind of shit. I don't know exactly what they're fucking representing. However, these are Satanists, and these are the exact same fucking flags that I'm seeing all over these cops and everything. And then right now you just throw one little fucking blue line down it, and now you just made one for only your cops. But is it representing Satanism inside of the cop realm? I wouldn't know, but I find it very interesting. And then this would be the flag of the Satanist, the Satanic Temple, TST. Right? So these people are creating all of their own little. So there's no American flag, and the United States flag. All these people that are inside of America are all creating their own little societies, their own little nations inside of the country. That's what the fuck is happening. And so this here, and then like this, obviously we all know that this is the gay flag, right? But when you put that, right? Now this doesn't identify all homos, right? All transgender, whatever the fuck they call themselves. I don't know, TGBTs or something like that. TGB, whatever. I just call them homos, okay? And I don't give a fuck if that offends somebody. I'm not trying to offend them. I'm just not keeping up to date with all the fucking. The world's changing, and I'm not gonna keep up to date with it. So get the fuck over it. That's how I look at it. So I do know that this is Satanism, but this isn't quite Satanism. This is different. Satanism would have the very. Anyways, these would be satanic fucking homos, right? That are into that kind of shit, right? then the next thing that I wanted to fucking go through is I was told by somebody that that the only thing that truly matters when you see a fucking flag, you have to look at the very top. That is what the true jurisdiction is. There's association with the flag, but this, whatever's sitting on top, is everything underneath it is connected to what's on top. This is the Texas, state of Texas star. So in other words, apparently this is only for the state of Texas, back the blue, thin blue line of the state of Texas. And if it was somewhere else, it would have some other fucking thing up there. And so what the guy said is you could put a can of Coke up there, and if it was Coke, it would represent, you know, you could have a can of Coke up on top, and then the American flag. But the facts are that, well, not the United States flag. Sorry, there is no American flag. There's the United States corporate flag with all of the corporations on as stars. The facts are that it would be Coca-Cola's flag. You would know that you're entering into Coca-Cola's jurisdiction. Okay? And this is a war on the people. Right? That's martial. This would be a martial law, indicating that martial law is in full effect. Okay? And this spear, Aspire, SPIRE, is martial law. It means martial law, which means that you're if you show up someplace, and this is on the top of that fucking a flag, what they're telling you is that you don't have any, like, martial law removes all. You don't even have any constitutional rights, and already that's all bullshit too. But it's degrees, various degrees, right? And this one would be telling you straight up that you're in the wrong motherfucking venue. If you think that you're gonna fucking be treated in any kind of fair, you just stepped into our fucking military organization, and you are now an enemy. You're in enemy. You cross enemy lines, and you're in enemy territory. This ball represents contracting, right? So you'll see this in all of the places that are military contracting, like the post office and stuff like that. So your recruitment centers typically will have this, and that represents that they're engaging in. This is a venue that engages in contracting. And this is Vatican banking. This is the Phoenix. And it's different than this. And this is why everything's fucking different. See, that wings aren't fully spread. And this is Universal Postal Union, which was the New World Order, because the post office runs everything. That's why they call it the Universal Postal Union. And the Postal General is actually more powerful than the president. And that's why you go to the post office to fill in your. The post office is in charge of everything, moving all packages and stuff. Universal Postal Union. Okay, and you go to the post office to apply for your your passport. Right? You go there to apply for your passport, and then they send it to you. Go there to do your draft cards, I believe. And I haven't. I just heard that. I don't know how ship. Your knots, they're fucking gold. And this would be Universal Postal Union. Semper Fi, always faithful. And then I would always faithful to what exactly? To what? You never hear that. And I like how they from what I hear, the Republican Party is for the universal postal system, and the Democrats are for the Vatican banking. So in other words, the Democrats, from what I hear, right, it's my understanding, I cannot verify this, is this would be other people, but it all makes sense from all of what I have acquired, the knowledge that, that the Democrats are ran by the Vatican for the most part, right? It's an association that was created, and it goes back because that makes sense. That makes sense because when they showed up, it was right after the Civil War, and that's when the Vatican pretty much kind of took over. And you got the Jesuits, the Carroll, Carroll brothers, who were Jesuits, who donated the land, the 10-mile square of land that apparently turned into Washington, D.C., the District of Columbia, right? And then you also have the obelisk, which is also and then you get the Capitol, and then Capitol Hill is over in Rome. There's a place called Capitale Hill, right? And then you have Capitol Hill. And so it's a correspondence of Rome. Everything is a correspondence, right? Because that makes sense. I could never verify any of that shit. However, my instincts tell me that I'm correct, and I would, yeah. I just keep it in the background, and just watch it, because again, there's nothing. I just find it very interesting that how fucking stupid I have been, and everybody else is. How blind. And they say hidden in plain sight. Everything is there if you have the eyes to perceive it. It's hidden in plain sight. It is. I love it, actually. It's really cool shit, and it takes sauve quag. And this is Ba. This is not yeah. I met this entity one time, and it is not. It's not an evil entity. Anyways, done.